Okay, so you have got your betta tank set up, and now you are thinking whether or not you need an air pump for your betta, right? So let's discuss that in this video. Do bettas need air pump? No, bettas don't need an air pump since they have a labyrinth that allows them to breathe air from the water surface. A good filtration system can be enough. However, having a gentle air pump to maintain the proper oxygen concentration in the tank is not a bad idea. As per users.cs.duke.edu, an air pump bubbles air through your tank and helps to maintain the adequate oxygen concentration. So, a gentle air pump is not going to do any kind of harm to your betta. Now, if you already have a good filtration system, then you might think that why should an air pump be required for the betta tank, right? However, there are cases in which having an air pump might be useful. Let's discuss more in detail. When your betta won't need air pump. If you have a good filter that maintains proper oxygen concentration, then it is sufficient. You don't require an air pump to create bubbles and all that. Your filter is already doing its job, isn't it? However, if you keep your filter off many hours a day, then it is advised to have an air stone connected to the air pump that helps to maintain the oxygen concentration in the tank. Actually, you need to have at least a certain device that keeps the water flow and circulation going on in the tank. Now let's discuss when your betta would need air pump. Medication. If you are giving any medication to your betta, then you have to be careful. As per bettacarefishguide.com, there are many medications that can remove oxygen from the fish tank as a side effect. So to avoid any issue of suffocation, you can add an air pump. Betta can't move to the top. If your betta fish is not able to move to the top of the surface, then you would have to consider adding the air pump to create some bubbles and maintain the required oxygen concentration. As per wikihow.com, when your betta is hiding out at the bottom of the tank more often, then it can be a sign of sickness. So in that case, to help your betta, you can have an air pump that maintains the required oxygen concentration in the tank. Electricity cutoff. If you have a battery powered air pump, then it can become handy when electricity is cut off in your house. Power outage is one of the nightmares for fish keepers. Your filters, heaters all shut down when the electricity is cut off. So in that case, if you have an air pump that runs on a battery, then it can help a lot in maintaining the required oxygen concentration in the tank water. For fun, air pumps are connected to air stones that produce beautiful bubbles. Now your betta might have fun playing with bubbles and moving around them. Also, you might enjoy watching the bubbles in your betta tank. Do bettas like air pumps? Bettas don't like fast flowing waters. So if an air stone that is connected to the air pump creates a lot of bubbles and disturbance in the tank, then the betta might not like it. However, some bettas may also enjoy playing with bubbles, so choosing the right setup is important. In the wild, bettas generally live in standing water in places like rice paddies, floodplains or canals. Although some of the bettas may like to play with bubbles and can be a great entertainment tool for your betta, but fast flowing bubbles that generate a lot of disturbance in the water might not be helpful and may even lead your betta to stress. So just choose an air pump setup that generates gentle flow and circulation in the tank. Personally, in my home fish tank in which I have kept my betta, I have just installed a sponge filter and it is working fine. I also recommend to you that you have that kind of setup. In fact, as per the sprucepets.com, sponge filter is beneficial for fish species such as betta which do not thrive in strong currents. Conclusion. So in short, having an air pump for a betta isn't a must and a good filtration system would be enough. However, a gentle air pump can be a good addition to the tank. So I hope now your all doubts are cleared regarding whether or not a betta needs an air pump. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button as it motivates me a lot. And if you want to watch fish keeping related videos, then also subscribe to this channel. Thanks and happy fish keeping.